Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today's video, I'm going to be finally working on the transmission. I'm going to take it apart and try to get to the diff in there. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so we're not in my driveway anymore. We are inside my house. It's getting really hot out there, and there's a bunch of pieces, and I've never done this on a transmission, on any transmission. I've never taken one apart, so I want to try to keep this as organized as possible and just try my best not to fuck it up too bad. So this is what I've done so far. Just took these 410s out, and then these two are off. This one I can't get out because of the studs in the way. But I am putting all the parts into this box and try to keep everything organized as possible. I did take this 12 off from here. It goes right in here. Got that out. I'm going to pull this off. And that should come all the way out. Yeah. Now there's an Allen wrench down here that I'm going to take off, and that should release. Oh wait, huh? That just came out. This, yeah, I gotta loosen this up here to be able to slide this brace out of here. Yeah, just a little bit, just enough to get that out of there. But it's gonna be my next step. All right, so I've got the gear selector out. I just kind of put everything back to how it was, like in there, just so I don't lose anything or forget how it goes. Put that in the box. Next, I am going to take this sensor off because the wires are all ripped. I do have another sensor for it. Don't really know what it does, but yeah, we're going to take that off next. And then I will go around and start taking off all of these that surround it. Then I'll go ahead and go into this, start taking these off. Okay, let's get to it. All right, so now I'm going to try to get the snap ring out of there. And I've already gone through and loosened up all of these bolts here, so they're loose now. Yeah, and then I'll just kind of tap on this with the hammer until I can break it loose and try to get that out. I did also remove this bolt on the back side. I almost forgot it, but got that out. I did also get this reverse switch out. It's actually a switch, not a sensor. Put that in the box. And I did also take out these two bolts here. These ones, the ones that have the two metal balls in them. And now I'm just going to kind of go through and start removing all of these screws, or all of these bolts that go all the way around the transmission casing now. Okay, so I've gone through and removed all of the bolts that go all the way around it. This one that goes in here and this one that goes there were different, so I separated them and put them in the box. But as you can see, those ones are different from those two. So now I should be able just to kind of get this casing off now that everything is off of it. So I'm going to try to do that next. Alright, here we go. So now I'm going to use these needle nose pliers to try to split that snap ring and try to lift the case off of it. Okay, so I did struggle to get this case off of here. The bolt that is underneath that stud that I can't pull out completely was still threaded on by a little bit. Yeah, that one right there. It was holding on by like a few threads and I couldn't get it off, but you can see me here loosening the rest of that screw or that bolt out, and then the case just pops right off. Alright, so I got it off, and looking inside of there, there's a bunch of metal bits in there. It's probably not it's not a good thing for sure, but yeah, there's a whole bunch there. Yeah, so there's quite a bit there, and then we come over to the magnet inside of the casing, and there's a bunch of metal shavings in there too. Alright, so looking at the gears just to see if there's any damage. There's a few notches in the gears. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be like that or not, but they don't look too bad. I also don't really know what I'm looking at, so anyways, so next I'm going to end up taking off these two here to get that out of the way, and then all the gears should just pop up and pull them out. Get a good grip on it and just pull all of it up together at the same time, and it should just all kind of slide out. I did my best to try to keep everything together, but it just kind of falls apart as soon as I laid it down. Yeah, then the diff, there's nothing really holding it after that point, so you should just be able to pull it right out of there. Just like that. Alright, and there you have it. Now we've got to the diff finally. And now we're going to install this phantom grip. It's an LSD block that goes into your diff and should make both wheels spin. And it just slides right in there. Obviously take the pin out. Slides right in there, put the pin through there again, and it should, in a sense, turn your diff into an LSD. Okay, so we got the pin out, right? And now the block is in there. I didn't have to grind any gears down. It just slid right in there without having to do any grinding. So now I'm going to put the pin back in, put the dowel pin back in, and then pull these little tabs off on both sides. And then that'll compress the gears. All right, guys. Well, it's in there now. The pin is in there. That pin is going through it. It's pretty damn solid. Like that's not moving. That's not going anywhere. At least I hope it doesn't. But that's in there. I am doing this on it's on a f22 transmission. Here's there's the code on it. If you guys were wondering, it's just a stock f22 transmission with the actual long gears. I didn't have to grind the gears down, which was weird because I've seen a lot of the videos and they say to grind gears down, but this one just slid right in there. But I guess it is what it is. So now I'm just going to put this all back into there, try to reassemble all of this, and hopefully I can put it back together. All right, got all the gears back in. Ooh, I hope I put them in the right way. It looks like I did. Looks like I got everything back in the right position. It's all sitting down the way it should. It does spin, I guess. But now I'm gonna put in this guy here, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so put that back in. Yeah, I don't really know what it's called, but those two are on. Next, I need to run out and pick up some RTV so I can reseal the transmission, and then it should just pop back in, hopefully. If everything goes well, everything should just slide back in. And then just start putting all of this stuff back on. And it should be done. So I got to run out to the store and pick up some RTV. All right, so here's where I'm at on the transmission now. I did seal it. The bolts are tight. It didn't go on as easy as I thought it was going to. When I put the case on, it slid on right, but then there was like a 1/4 inch gap. So what I ended up doing is just kind of shifting the gears through, and that seemed to kind of help drop it into place. But once I got it down far enough to seal it, I did spread that snap ring to try to sit it all the way down, but the snap ring didn't fit in its spot how it was supposed to, and I was struggling forever trying to figure out how to get it to sit in its groove, I guess. I did find a forum where the guy said he literally flipped it over, picked it up, and dropped it down, and I did that, and it fell right into place. I literally flipped the transmission over, picked it up, and dropped it on this side, and the snap ring just went right into place. So that seemed to work out really well. Now the next thing is to just put all of this stuff back on, and that should be it, really. Everything else should be, all the bolts are tight. Yeah, that's gonna be my next move. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. It's all put back together now. All the bolts are torque to spec, which I believe is 19 foot-pounds of torque. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what they're torqued down to. Top one is put onto, and then here, I'll see if I can shift this around. There we go. Yeah, seems like the gears are going in. Doesn't seem like I fucked anything up too bad, at least. Well, we'll find out as soon as it goes back into the car and the car is running again. As of right now, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you guys like the video, I know I've got a mess, but I got to clean up. But if you guys like this video, want to see more content on the CD5, it's almost ready to run. I think all I have left now is the intake manifold to finish up. But other than that, should be ready to go back into the car and hopefully running soon. So I did forget to mention, I did get that new switch on. It's a reverse switch, and there's the old one there. The box is empty, but yep, the reverse switch is on, and everything else should be good. Everything else is sealed. I used ultra gray gasket maker. So hopefully it holds. We'll see once we put all the fluids back into it and put it back in the car. Yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.